Green interwebs, this is Jackie K, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Colosseum. In the last episode, we did a bit of exploring, and by exploring, I mostly mean just going from the shop to Kiss Grind, and then taking a quick look at the Colosseum and the areas there. Today, I say we look into the spies that everyone is talking about. So onwards. Who is this? Silva? Silva? You're a spy? I never thought you would make a good spy, but that explains why you got caught. Shut up. It's hopeless. Quit your struggling, little boy. Your suffering will end soon enough when we put you in this random metal fenced off area. I mean, like, really, what is this supposed to be? Is this like their jail? 'Cause that's a pretty crummy looking jail. I mean, sure, he's tied up, but all you have to do is, like, undo the ties, and you could probably, like, climb over that. It's a fence. Really, it's a fence. Sir, I'm here to complain about your jail. It's pathetic. It's just a fence. No, I never said I was a spy. I was here to complain about your fence. Fine, battle. You're gonna regret it, though. Apparently, they care so much about their jail that they will not tolerate any constructive criticism over it. Even though that wasn't their constructive, that was just me lashing out at them. Because there is a difference. But that could be a conversation saved for another day. But nevertheless, we have a shadow Pokemon to snag. Ladian, I have stories about Ladian. I don't know if I ever mentioned this in Pokemon XD when I did that LP of that game long ago. But I'm surprised I didn't. Ladybug and Ladian? It's actually kind of my favorite Pokemon that is practically impossible to use. I never actually used one on a team because even back in the days when I didn't really give much care about stats and that, even then I knew Ladian was not a great Pokemon. It's a Pokemon I really like the design of, but it doesn't seem to have the abilities to be useful in battle. Bug Flying is a fairly common type, and it has a fair amount of weaknesses. It's about as useful as Grass Flying, if I had to say so myself. I'm sure there's certainly uses, but the stats that Ladian has to back it up doesn't really help either. Granted, like any Pokemon, you could beat the game with any Pokemon if you have the skills and abilities. I'm just stating what's commonly known. If I could work a Ladian into a playthrough one day, I would. Problem is, I also have to work Spinnerack into a playthrough one day. Because I really like the designs of Spinnerack and Ladybug. But I kind of like Spinnerack a little bit more, even though I don't really like its evolution. I don't know. A lot of people would say that's cool, but it just doesn't seem worth the cuteness that you lose from Spinnerack's design. While Ladian, I like its evolved form more than its standard evolution. And I can't believe I'm saying it, but it came to mind, so I might as well say it. I just realized Spinnerack and Ladybug are kind of like a dog and cat respectfully, in the sense of how they look or how cute they are. Puppies are adorable. Kittens are pretty adorable too, but when they become a dog, it's kind of... they're not as cute as cats when they're full adults. But that doesn't mean I like cats more than dogs. I'm just saying that cats are cuter than dogs. But both are adorable as babies, pretty much equally. Since that was on my mind, I figured that'd be unique to say, I said it. Now, it's just a matter of snagging this lady again. May not be using it on the team, but I might as well try to snag every Pokemon I can. That's kind of my goal of this playthrough. Yeah. Speaking of Spinnerack, there's a Spinnerack right there. And for a battle involving relatively subpar Pokemon, only in terms of stats, this battle is dragging on quite a bit. Then again, I guess when you have a defensive powerhouse who's not really specializing in attacking, this is an inevitable situation. kind of surprised that the bug types haven't decided to use their bug type moves against the dark type. Nightshade, I mean, the only reason that's even doing any damage is because it's a fixed set move. So it ignores the fact that it's not very effective. I'm starting to think that they don't have any bug type moves, because any logical AI would be spamming their bug type moves against my dark type. It's common sense, assuming that you actually know your type advantages, which a computer should, because they program all that into there. I know early on in the game it doesn't seem like that's programmed correctly, but that might have been the developer's way of like going, we need a way to make the beginning fights easier and the fights later on in the game harder. Why don't we just dumb down the AI to the fact that it's completely stupid? Brilliant! Just like the way I KO'd the shadow Pokemon I was trying to snag with a critical hit. So guess who's gotta do that fight all over again? That's right, yours truly. Which means you guys have to go through watching it again. Absolutely brilliant. Now, this time, let's try bringing out Pokemon that won't completely wipe out the Lady in one hit, but will allow me to actually do things to weaken it. Maybe Swablu can use its Sing move to put it to sleep or something. That would work out very nice. It would be nice to not have to do this battle again, just because I messed up a snag. I mean, sure, I could probably wait until post-game to run into this thing again, but it feels completely random in post-game, so I don't want to test my luck. If I ever do the post-game of Pokemon Colosseum, I'll explain to you what I mean when we come across a section where we can re-snag Shadow Pokemon. The way I play Pokemon Colosseum, I always try to snag everything the first time I see it, because growing up, I didn't realize that you got a second chance. And even today, I still get worried I won't have the second chance to snag them. Even if the game is programmed to like have the trainers, if the Shadow Pokemon I didn't snag, come up first in that particular section, it's still risks I have to take, and if I want to use a Pokemon, I won't be able to get it again for a really long time. And that stupid Safeguard, I swear, like, Safeguard never seems useful until I'm trying to snag Pokemon. Until the dairy situation that I'll actually be using stats moves, and using them or not using them could change the tide of the battle. That's the one time the AI decides to use Safeguard. Every other time that I decide to use the move, or the move is used on the opponent's team, it never is useful. But of course, when I'm actually trying to use the moves, they don't only use it, but it actually plays out effectively. Effectively against me, of course, never in my favor. Maybe I should try using Safeguard for a playthrough and see if it's actually useful. Considering how little the opponents you face in Pokemon games actually use status moves, it seems fairly situational. Like heck, Just Lee's the only battle I could think of that Double Team was really used much at, and a move like Fanning Attack was useful. I swear if we haven't came across the battle yet, there was one other battle, but that's 2 battles out of all the battles in Pokemon Colosseum where I found a move like Feint Attack more useful than Bite. If only you could just go to the move relearner and swap between the 2 moves as you please. However, the move relearner isn't in this game. They didn't implement that until Pokemon XD. This Linian kind of reminds me of another thing about Shadow Pokemon that I felt was fixed in Pokemon XD. Shadow Rush becoming obsolete as you go through the game. It's a fairly overpowered move early on, but in the later part of the game, especially when we have access to moves like Blizzard and Hydro Pump, just as for examples, Shadow Rush becomes fairly useless, and the fact that it has recoil damage doesn't help the situation either. I think the fact that Shadow Pokemon moves got stronger as you were snaking Pokemon from later on in the game was really helpful for justifying taking up a move slot, or even 2, for shadow-based moves. Yeah, that Shadow Rush was kind of nice from Sudowoodo, and I know Leyen's stats kind of play a role in how effective the move was. But I'm sure the later on in the game we get, the less useful Shadow Rush is going to be. Here's to hoping that we can snag this Ledian in the first ball I throw, so we don't have to worry about the fight going on longer than it needs to be. Just deciding whether or not a timer ball would be useful. This would be a very helpful situation to know if timer balls were based on how long the battle was going on, or how long the Pokemon itself was out. Because when you're catching wild Pokemon, there's no question about it. The wild Pokemon appears as soon as the battle starts, so you can count how many turns it goes on, but the fact that I never came across any clear source that explained one over the other kind of leaves me in like a I am next to certain that is based one way, but I have not heard anything to confirm that, and it leaves me a bit confused. But this shouldn't be going on much longer. We're just down to the lady end this time. Got to the health that I desire it to be. Perfect! The safeguard is even gone, so I can put it to sleep if I really wanted to. This lady end is in the most ideal snagging situation that I could possibly want. Yeah, let's get... Really? Narai? I guess we're getting Yang in here, so I could keep spamming detect in the worst case scenario. If I just need to keep throwing balls at it. And here comes the part of the video where I cut away until I catch it. 1 and the 2. 4 comes after 3, and it's been caught. I'm sorry, I even said I was gonna cut it. Sorry, that's what happens when you commentate something that you recorded quite a while ago. Now, it would be nice if it all was over, but as you might guess, the other agent is going to fight us right afterwards. No break or anything. Granted, the only reason you'd be really in any critical situation from that first fight was if you spent a long time trying to snake the Shadow Lady in. Which I imagine is possible, but I'm in an okay situation even from how long I was taking to fight that one trainer. And I swear that she had a Shadow Pokemon as well, but as you'll probably see from the video, she doesn't. It's a really missed opportunity there to like give us the Shadow Ariels to complement the Shadow Lady. Oh, you know what's fun? This Lumios. Sick is no issue, but hey, it has Shockwave. Let's take care of the flying type that might actually be able to do things to the bug. Wow. I mean, I swear that came from nowhere. It almost looks like a hack move, but it probably can learn that TM. Still fairly jerkish, if I say anything about it. Now, Narani might use experience, but yeah, it kinda just witnessed a shockwave to the face. Or should I say someone else getting a shockwave to the face? And that Nightshade isn't doing very well for Dark Knight there either. That Toxic is not going to take it out fast enough. I guess I'm just hoping for Blizzard to do something useful. And yeah, there's no reason to really have a Pokemon swap when the Pokemon has 1 HP. I could heal, but I was kind of questioning whether or not I should try to go through the fight without healing, because it definitely is possible for me to do so. So I guess that's what I decided to do. Dark Knight, your fight will not be in vain. We will take these guys down. Come on now, Sudowoodo. At least Sudowoodo won't get real hurt by a shockwave to the face. Narati kind of does have my best hope on getting rid of this Ariados. That critical hit was very nice and well appreciated. But the Nightshade is just Wow, it's actually much more devastating than I would have imagined it being. It's really putting a dent on my team. Guess 38, 40 HP. It's a good chunk of my HP at this stage of the game. Not good for me, good for them. So let's hope that the Blizzard takes it out, and let's pray to the Lord that Illumius will not one-shot Narati. Oh, that's nice. You know, I just realized, you know what I said earlier about trying to get through this fight without healing? And that is why people don't use Blizzard on their team too often. I think we might come up to where I have to take back those words I said about trying to go for this fight without healing. Because memory is starting to serve, and I think I do want to use Narati to take them out, if only for the sake of experience. And as you can see there, one shockwave, even after a level up, will more than easily take out Narati. So you can imagine what I'm imagining that I'm going to be doing next. Especially since the next Pokemon that she'll be sending out is going to be a grass type. And what you know, it's Gloom. The poison type I could also take advantage of with Narati Psybeam. Choices. I think there's one thing that's starting to know. If I want to keep using Narati, I will have, and I mean have, to heal it this turn. So there I go into healing it. I guess in theory if Blizzard hit, it would be more effective. Since the whole Blizzard attacking both Pokemon, while a move like Confusion or Psybeam would attack only one. Granted, Psybeam would be more powerful, but check out this little side effect of Confusion. Well, you know, Confusion actually confuses. Not all the time, but that was enough to convince me to keep using Confusion on it instead of Psybeam, and try to just use Blizzard with Narati. Or I could just heal Narati and use Blizzard. I mean, heck, the Gloom being a grass type is probably going to do bad things to Narati as well, so I'll be banking on that Confusion hurting Gloom at least a couple of times, in order to have Narati actually do its thing and actually play an effective role in this battle. I hate how Blizzard is actually split across both Pokemon. You might think, Blizzard can't be that powerful when it's doing this little to Pokemon. Well, hear me out. I'm not sure if I actually explained this before, but Blizzard, as well as any move that attacks two Pokemon in a double battle, is actually calculated, I believe, by taking in half the total damage it would do, and doing that amount of damage to each of the Pokemon. As much as I know about Pokemon, I don't know off the top of my head certain situations, like if Blizzard were to miss one Pokemon but hit the other, if it would do all the damage it could do, or it would still be split in half, and little details like that. But Narati just barely hanged in there. I didn't think it would be able to survive both Shockwave and a Rage Relief, but it did. And the battle has been won. So that's 2 victories for Jackie K, 0 victories for the guards. You better skedaddle while you still can, otherwise I might actually snag some non-shadow Pokemon from you.
Oh wowie, I'm so lucky. I never thought I'd see such an exciting battle so close.
Poor lady, she doesn't realize that we're spies even after all that commotion. Hiya, Silva. Yes, you kinda suck. I mean, the fact that you got this far is an accomplishment, I guess, but you still got caught, so you make a terrible spy. Rule number 1 of being a spy, don't get caught. Rule number 2, if people realize you're a spy, get rid of them. Rule number 3 about being a spy, you have to look cool. And dear Silva, I'm pretty sure you don't really follow any of those rules. Really guys, all that commotion and you don't realize anything new about the spy, you're just going, oh, a spy, I'm gonna just stare into that general vicinity and go, ooh, a spy here in the under. Anyways, that's pretty much the end of this video. I figure I should go heal up, and then we'll try out the new disc that we got. Before that though, it's been a while since we stocked up on Pokeballs, so I'll probably doing some preparing at the beginning of the episode as well. So I'm gonna heal up my Pokemon, and I'll see you all for the next episode of Pokemon Colosseum. But nevertheless, we have a shadow Pokemon to snag. Lady N, I have stories about Lady N. Like, if you... I don't recall ever mentioning this in Pokemon Colosseum. Can't talk, but